Hey guys, and welcome to a new Spellbreak video. Today I want to talk about my thoughts, hopes, whatever, for chapter 3. So, I have some points that I want to talk about, runes, classes, talents, and yeah, I'll just start right off with runes. They said they nerf dash, or like that, uh, like they said that dash will suck in chapter 3. Okay, first of all, how are they gonna do that? Just cooldown or like just change what dash actually does? I mean, of course it still will be dash, but they basically have to nerf the cooldown. Then the other question is what do you buff instead? So you like can't not buff anything else. Because this game is still about like runes, your sorcery, the entire like the wizard thing, right? You can't just take runes out of the game. You just can't. So what are they gonna buff? Are they gonna buff Spring Step? Shadow Step? I don't know. They probably have to buff Spring Step then, because everything else can't really get buffed. TP can get buffed, but yeah. You have to like just reduce the cooldown on TP and it will be a good rune. Like a actually viable rune. And yeah. Then you can't nerf Shadow Step, because you just can't. You can't make Shadow Step basically better than Dash, because nobody would run Dash ever if Shadow Step was better. No one. Like from a movement standpoint and the cooldown standpoint. You don't even have to change anything about uh, Shadow Step that like from like the basic gameplay wise. Just like if you would make Dash and Shadow Step the exact same cooldown, literally not a single person would use Dash. No one. Because invisibility in every game is just broken. I mean, not broken, but is very useful. So, who in the world would use a rune that gives you the same movement as Dash, but also gives you invincibility? Who would not use that? Then the next thing is invisibility in general, like the invis rune, way too busted, way too annoying, and like way too good for bad players. You can't even imagine how many times I was fighting a bad player and literally destroyed them. And then on like 50 HP or something, they just go invis and dip. Just go invis, run away. That's okay. That's like, yeah. I mean, you can kinda see the invis, but it's really hard to track. Then also for bad players, you play Tox. You have like a purple gold invis rune. You shit on everyone basically, cause I mean, you go invis, you go into a fight, you slap someone once, you do like 70 damage, 80 damage, depends on the rarity of the gauntlet, and uh yeah, on yeah, the rarity of the gauntlet basically, and the runes, talent, sorry. And you basically dip out of invis, slap him once, do 80 fucking damage, go invis again. The other person doesn't see you, the other person can't really run away, because you can just stick on them while you're invisible, because they can't see you, you can see them, and you can just run after them in invis, wait till they're healing, then slap them again for 80 damage. Okay, so you did 160 damage without any skill, without any brain cells, without literally just clicking twice. So yeah, that's basically my opinion on On Invis, if you have another one, that's cool. Like, that's cool, but I just think it's like way too strong. Not way too strong, but too strong. Then TP, flight. Yeah, I talked about TP. Chrono. Then yeah, you can't really. Okay, so to just get this out of my mind, you can't buff flight. You can't. You also can't nerf flight because flight is, in my opinion, the most balanced rune right now. From a balance standpoint, it's a really balanced rune. It has basically good mobility, it has good movement, and it has a decent cooldown. It's not too long and it's not too short. You can't like spam it like dash with like runic fluency. You don't just get like a dash every 4 seconds or 3 seconds, depends on what talents you run. You can't get flight every 3 seconds, but if you get it, you can, for example, on Frost, you can really like disengage and just snipe them from far further away. That's flight is definitely like not the best choice on every class, but it's playable and it's balanced in my opinion. Dash is maybe kind of OP, but yeah, they will nerf it anyway, so that's okay for me. Then what about? Oh yeah, Chrono. Yeah, let's talk about Chrono. So, Chrono is personally one of my favorite runes, but like they can also not buff it. It's not a good rune by any means. I mean the effect is good, but also like no matter how bad I want to play Chrono, if I see a purple dash versus a gold Chrono, I am pretty sure I take the purple dash. Especially if I play like Tempest, a movement class. On other classes, I would definitely pick Chrono there, but I'm just talking for Tempest right now, because Tempest is my main. So, Chrono is like, if you play against a good player, and he doesn't hit you while you're in Chrono, or like he does hit you while you're in Chrono, but he can avoid getting hit himself while you're in Chrono, and then just shoots the point you're TPing back to. You're gonna get a lot of damage, especially if you play against, for example, a Frost. For that like 0.5 seconds, you will definitely get sniped if you play against a good player. But still, like you, the thing with Corona is it's good, but it's like not so good that it's viable in my opinion. It has a long ass cooldown, which is not like really that much of a problem. But like give it just a tiny buff, just a tiny buff, or a tiny rework, dude. I mean, I'm fine with a 8-second cooldown on a gold rune, or a 9-second cooldown on a gold rune, when I can, for example, reset. Like I can use Chrono, I can press it again while I'm in the Chrono thing. I don't know how to call it. While I'm in Chrono, I can press it again, and I just get set back, like manually setting you back. Yeah, I think that's correct. It's by the way, it's really fucking late, and I'm trying to finish this video because tomorrow will be a bit tight with time. And yeah, okay, so that's basically how you could buff Chrono. Just give it this mini rework or a buff with the cooldown. Then okay, this will be my favorite one. Talents, especially intelligent and athletic. If you ever looked at the all one cost talents, especially like intelligent, yeah. It's for tough, it's 10 on like the basic level. Let's say level 0. You know what I mean? Like just no scrolls, everything default, you just land into the game, right? It's 10 passive armor. For mystical, it's 10 passive mana, or like 10 more mana for free on level 1 or level 0. But for intelligent, it's like 5, like 5% less rune cooldown. And that's cool, but why not make it the same on like every on every 1 point talent? Just make it the same. I mean, basically, I don't see a lot of people run intelligent on like any class. There's of course some builds that you can run intelligent on, but it's not much. And basically you only use it as fill, so yeah. Um Gameplay ends, fuck my life. Okay, yeah. Intelligent, just make it like the other runes. Athletic, it's fucking useless. To be honest, it's fucking useless. It gives you run speed, bro. Yeah, cool. I can run a bit faster. Cool. Useless. Inspired and Wellspring, that's a tricky one. Wellspring is a 2 cost talent that gives you plus 20 damage on max level. If you have 0 mana for 6 seconds. Not like you have 0 mana for 6 seconds, but you have 0 mana, you recharge it, you have for like 6 seconds, you have plus 20 damage. Um, oh, and you have what I think, no, not movement speed. Oh yeah, it regenerates mana faster. Okay, cool. So that's a 2 point talent. Keep that in mind. Then we have Inspired, which is a 3 point talent that also gives you 20% more damage on max level. Okay, cool. Yeah, but you know what Inspired does? Like besides that, literally nothing. And that's a 3 cost talent. Whereas the 2 cost talent, that's way more efficient and way more like effective. Why in the world would I run Inspired instead of Wellspring? Why? Like Wellspring is like first of all, it's cheaper. It's like more beneficial to the overall gameplay. More mana or like faster mana recharge rate is always good. And more damage is also always good. But like Inspired either needs a buff or Wellspring a nerf. And I think Wellspring is balanced. The, like compared to the other talents. I think Wellspring is balanced. But Inspired is just too weak. That's just like my opinion. Okay, so also then this will be the last point. This will be a quick one. Keep Stones in the game, please. They add more skill cap, and you have to think more. You have more opportunities in fights. You can also use terrain and not just your own sorcery and stuff. And yeah, that's basically it. Thanks for watching, and sorry for staring at a black screen for like 1 or 2 minutes. I'm sorry. Yeah, have a good day. See you on Monday.